صل على محمد وآل محمد.
This past week, America was rocked by an incident in which a congresswoman from Arizona was targeted and she was shot at. And her situation still remains very critical. Many other people were killed in the incident. Some 12, 13 people were killed. Innocent people were killed. When a man took his gun and he started shooting randomly on people who were attending a political rally in Arizona, in Tucson, Arizona. Now, the records show that this man was widely influenced by conservative rhetoric, by a very dangerous language that some conservative as well as some Republicans are using. A language in which they deem all their opponents unpatriotic, and they question their loyalty to the United States, and they use a very confrontational language with their opponent. In this environment, in this very hostile environment, in which the conservatives, Republicans are launching attack on their opponent, we Muslims need to understand the situation very well. Indeed, the same groups that are attacking the president, they are attacking the Democrat, they are attacking Muslims as well. Indeed, this year, there will be a few hearings taking place in the Congress on Muslims and on the Muslim community. And it seems that there is an attempt by some hardline politicians, mainly from the Republican Party, to target Muslims and make life more difficult on them in the United States. My dear brothers and sisters, what we as Muslims can do and what is supposed to be our duty. We're not supposed to sit silent and do nothing. We need to be proactive. We need to engage ourselves in the public life of the United States. We need to assume our role as good citizens. As citizens of this country, we have a responsibility. One is to educate people on our religion and on our community, that Muslims are not violent people. Muslims are hardworking, peaceful individuals who are working for better America. They work to contribute for the advancement of this country. This is something that we need to emphasize. Last night I was speaking at Yale University. I was speaking specifically about the rising challenges that Muslims are facing in America today. One main challenge we Muslims face is the widespread misconceptions about our faith. Many Americans do not know the truth about our faith. They believe that we are a cult. We're people who preach hatred. We are people who believe it is okay for Muslims to go and kill Christians and Jews. We are people who are not loyal to this country. We are people who mistreat our women and force them to wear hijab. And many other misconceptions that exist in the mind of many Americans. And unfortunately, we all know that the media is not playing a positive role. We all know that the media is enforcing these images about the Muslim community. We know that the media is causing many Americans to be misled about our faith. So, my dear brothers and sisters, we Muslims have a big challenge to face, and that is to repel the accusation that Muslims are violent people or Islam is a violent religion. This is our obligation, to tell the world that we're not violent people. The one who killed these innocent people in Tucson, Arizona, was not Muslim. God knows what would have happened in the United States if this guy was Muslim. Thank God he was not Muslim. Timothy McVeigh was not Muslim. Many of these people who commit violent acts are not Muslims. But it is always Islam that is being targeted in our media. A few months ago, if you remember, a guy took his Cessna airplane, a mad person in Texas. He took his Cessna airplane and he hit it in the IRS building in Texas. For a while, people were so puzzled. The media was so puzzled. Who could be behind this attack? In the beginning, they were talking about a possibility that a Muslim could have done that. A Muslim was behind it. And they were talking about terror-related incident. As soon as they found out that the person was not Muslim, what did they say? They said it's not terror-related incident. So if the same incident is committed by a Muslim, it is a terror-related incident. If it's not done by a Muslim, it's not terror-related incident. What the media is trying to say is that every terror or terrorist act is associated with Muslims. Muslims are the source of all terrorist acts in the United States and elsewhere. We Muslims need to resist this labeling. We need to show the world that we are very peaceful people. We do not condone killing innocent people. Our religion would not condone this. Indeed, it is one of the biggest sins in our religion to kill innocent people, to go after innocent people. Muslims themselves are the primary targets of terrorism. Look what's happening now in Iraq, in Afghanistan, in Yemen, in Somalia, in Pakistan. Muslims are being killed. Constantly, Muslims are being killed. So, Muslims have the greatest stake to tell the world that we are against violence. We are against terrorism. Because we Muslims are the primary target and the primary victims of terrorism. So, I hope, inshallah, we can dedicate this year 2011, for educating non-Muslims about our faith. We need to hold open houses. teach in classes. We need to invite non-Muslims to come to our centers. We need to go to their churches and their universities. We need to launch an outreach program in which we educate our neighbors about our faith. Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam says, "An-nas a'da ma jahilu." People are enemies to that which they ignore. Because most American people are ignorant about Islam, they lack proper understanding of Islam, some of them turn to not be so friendly with our faith. The moment we educate them about our faith, the moment we tell them the truth about Islam, the story will change. It will be a different story. Americans will be more receptive and more understanding. So this is our challenge, my dear brothers and sisters, that I hope, inshallah, we can fulfill in this year. اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات تابع اللهم بيننا وبينهم بالخيرات إنك مجيب الدعوات إنك قاضي الحاجات إنك على كل شيء قدير وإلى أرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات ولشفاء مرضانا وقضاء حوائجنا نقرأ السورة المباركة الفاتحة. الرحمن الرحيم مالك اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
نحن صلى على محمد وآل محمد.